Greetings comic book fans and welcome to Dude's Comic Haul. I'm Jason and this is my weekly haul video where I've shared with you the new books I've picked up today on the best day of the week. Yes, officially the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day. This week, smaller haul than last week, thank goodness. I love my comics, but you know, there's so many coming out at the moment and I can't decide what it is, if it's just we're living in a golden age of really great storytelling, or if it's just because of the internet and you know, on all the different review videos and review sites that were just more aware of the good books that are out there than we would have been before. I don't know, I can't decide what it is, but I just know there's a lot. There used to be a time where 10 books would be a big week, and now it's it's pretty much a regular occurrence that every week it's over 10 books. This week I've got 15, 14 from my order, one off the shelf that was recommended to me. The one that I got off the shelf is Gotham by Midnight, issue number 1. I was tempted to get this anyway. It's got Corrigan, is it Jim Corrigan, the human host of the Spectre. So I was interested to get it because of that anyway, because I've always been kind of interested in the Spectre, not knowing much about him, but always been one of those characters I've been quite interested in. Then we have Ben Temple-Smith on art, who I loved his run on 10 Grand. Never felt that book was the same when he left. And then we have Ray Fawkes writing it, who I've been really impressed with his stuff on Gotham Eternal. No, I mean Batman Eternal, sorry. I always call it Gotham Eternal because I feel that it's more than just Batman, it's the whole of Gotham, but anywho. Yeah, but I've enjoyed his issues of Batman Eternal. He took a part of the story that I wasn't enjoying and he made it interesting. So everything about this book was screaming, give it a go. And when the guys in my comic shop both said we've read this and it was good, I thought, you know what, they haven't steered me wrong yet, so I'm going to give this one a go. So I did. I decided instead to leave Iron Man because that wasn't on my order. I'm not really, while I felt that the twists of the first issue I thought helped save it for me, I'm not really not interested in that direction for Tony Stark. It's not what I'm wanting from that book. So I decided instead of Iron Man, I'm going to try this one out, and maybe we'll edit this. So yeah, Gotham by Midnight is the one book I got off the shelf today. The rest are from my order. So next up we got Aquaman issue 36, which is part 2 of Maelstrom. Really enjoyed the last issue. I knew nothing about the story going into it. But I just was blown away with the direction and everything. This book is super consistent and doesn't get enough people celebrating it because it's a really good book. And I've become a firm fan of Aquaman, so looking forward to that. We then have Arkham Knight issue number 2. I've added it to my order. I like the first issue. It still feels to me like a mini-series. I don't see how they're going to make a series out of this, and I'm going to be very interested because I've not heard that it's a mini-series. So I'm going to be very interested to see how they're going to how long this book's going to go for. But yeah, got the second issue. We then got Batman Eternal issue 34. From that cover, with Hush in the bat suit, it looks like it's going to be even worse days for Batman. Loving how they're building Hush up. And yeah, I was a bit troubled with why's Batman got so many explosives. But I'm loving what they're doing with Hush, and I'm just loving to see what's going to happen next. I'm really been enjoying that. We then have Batman 66 issue 17. A bit of fun. I like this. Fun is not a dirty word. Comics can be fun. They don't all have to be gritty and serious. And this is a nice book that I think the whole family can enjoy. It's a totally different tonally Batman. I love how Jeff Parker gets the verbiage for the time just spot on. Yeah, it's always a lot of fun, and I really enjoy this book. And I give Batman 60. Yeah, I was going to review it and I haven't even read it. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. We then have Deathstroke issue number 2. Really enjoyed the first issue. Liked the last page. Really intrigued me with the direction. So see what the second issue does. We then have The Flash, issue 36. Loved the last issue. Venditti and Jensen have come onto this book and done a really bang-up job. Booth's art is fantastic, and just it's all round a great package. Enjoying it a lot. Another book I'm really anticipating this week is Future's End, issue number 30. It feels like we're coming to a big point in the story. We had the Dr. Yamazaki stuff last week come to a head. from the cover here, it looks like Green Arrow's group are going to arrive at Cadmus Island, and it's all going to kick off. So I'm looking forward to that one. We then have Lazarus, issue 13. I love how each arc of this story kind of concentrates on a different part of this world. I think that's really good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm really intrigued with what's going to happen, because like this one is more of like kind of like a political kind of drama, as the pieces on a chessboard, trying to move them as they get ready for war. So yeah, I'm really been enjoying this. Really good. We then jumping into Marvel. We have Captain America and the Mighty Avengers, issue number 2. I'm kind of going to stick with this until we get past Axis, and hopefully it can live up to its potential then. I'm hoping this issue we're going to see more of the Avengers than does Captain America and Luke Cage. It certainly looks like the direction they're going in is the Avengers versus the Mighty Avengers, with all this Axis stuff, so that should be interesting. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to give us this issue. Yeah, same creative team, which is good. So that's there. We then have Deathlock, issue number 2. I'm loving Edmondson's other 2 books that he does for Marvel. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what he's going to do with this. I like the setup of the first issue of having this guy that is basically a Terminator, but he doesn't know that he's this cyborg killing machine. I really like that, and I think some interesting stories they could tell here. We then have, second week in a row, we have New Avengers out. This week it's issue 27, and I ain't got a clue what's happening here. But I've been enjoying this whole 8 months later stuff. When it first started, I was a bit like, you know, oh yeah, you know. But I soon got into it, and I really enjoyed like piecing together what's been happening, and also how Hickman's been paying off stuff from day one of Avengers and New Avengers. So that's been really cool. It's really a rewarding time at the moment for people that have stuck with the book, and that's what Hickman's writing does. It rewards you for sticking with it. We then have Nova, issue 24. I have not got a clue what's going on with that cover. Totally looks nothing like our main character, but hey, hopefully we'll find out inside. It's an Axis tie-in, so I think we're going to get the follow-up of his fight with the Hulk. Yeah, last issue was it was good if unspectacular. It whizzed through a lot of stuff really quickly, which was a good and bad thing. But yeah, we'll see what we're going to do here. We then have the Scarlet Spiders, issue number 1. I wasn't going to buy this, and they have been kind of flooding the market with a bit too much Spider-Verse, but I'm really loving Spider-Verse. It's right up my alley. I like all that, like, alternate realities and stuff. That's you know, I can remember as a kid, the first time I saw the Star Trek episode, Mirror Mirror, where we had the evil Enterprise crew, and I love that, and seeing this different world where things have gone slightly different and it's turned out like this, I love stuff like that. So this Spider-Verse stuff is right up my alley, and I am enjoying Spider-Verse a lot. So I think at the moment I'm a bit of a sucker. I'm going to pick up anything that got Spider-Verse on it. And then we have Spider-Man 2099, issue number 6, which also has Spider-Verse in it. I was really looking forward to this series. It hasn't been as great as I hoped it would be. There's just something that just not been clicking. I'm hoping this Spider-Verse stuff, and with Spider-Man returning, 29 returning to his time, I'm hoping that this is going to help this book kickstart into high gear. So those are my books for this week. I treated myself to something on Amazon, something I was a bit intrigued by. Batman Chronicles Volume 1. This book, it reprints every Batman story in exact chronological order. So in this one we've got Detective Comics 27 to 38, and we've also got issue number 1 of Batman. So we've got the early days. I really don't know much at all about the early days, so I've been really intrigued to find out more, and I didn't realise that DC did these books until I spotted this. I think they had volume 3 of this one in my comic shop. Went on Amazon, they had it on a good price there, and yeah, so yeah, I picked it up, and I'm glad I did. I really like it. The art is as you would expect of the time. The first story, I've read the first story so far, and it really surprised me. I don't know if this is like, I don't know what year the comic code came in, and if this is pre-comic code, but it was certainly a lot more violent than I anticipated. Like 3 characters get killed in the first story, and you're like, kind of like, whoa. You thought like the 30s were like this gentler time when it comes to fiction, that there would be gentler times, but no, it's quite dark and gritty, and I was quite surprised. I don't know as well, because I know they relaunched a lot of the books in the 50s, so I don't know if this continuity is the continuity that would go on to be the Batman continuity, or if all the books were restarted, or only some of them. Because I know they restarted Superman because he got married, didn't he? And they had the Flash and Green Lantern be different characters. So yeah, I don't know with this one if it was relaunched. So that'll be interesting to find out. Yeah, and the other thing was the end of the first story, you get the twist that Bruce Wayne is the Batman. And of course, 75 years later, it's not that much of a twist. It's like, you know that. Everybody, I think people who don't even read comic books would know Bruce Wayne is Batman. But I really wonder how big of a shock it was in the 30s. I'd love to be able to, were people really fooled? Like, oh no, wow, Bruce Wayne's Batman? Yeah, it'd be interesting. But anywho, I'm looking forward to reading that. I really like learning about the early days, and especially of Batman. Yeah, so I'm going to get more of these, and I don't know, I might do a review on it. I don't know, because it's difficult to review because it's totally from a different time, and like the stories are a lot shorter, because I think they must have had like a bunch of stories in a book, kind of like an anthology, rather than just the book be on one character. But anywho, so those are my books for this week. Reviews. I may not be able to do a review this week. I'm starting my new hours. I do 11.5 hour shifts now instead of 7.5 hour. So I'm working Thursday, Friday. Because I'm working those 2 days, I don't think I won't have finished these books. Because I could do a review Saturday, but I want to finish my books by then. Sunday I can't do it. I'm busy Sunday, so that's out of the question. Monday I'm working again. So the earliest I'd be able to do a review video would be Tuesday. Now, if there's an interest, please let me know in the comments if there's an interest in me doing my review video, because I know it's quite late, Tuesday, the day before the new books come out. But if there's still an interest there in seeing a review video, please let me know, and I will endeavour to do one. Otherwise, there'll be no review video this week. That's how I'm looking at it right now. The next week I'm working, but I'm only working half a day on Wednesday. Unfortunately, it's the afternoon I'm working, so there may not be a haul video next week, but we'll see. If I'm able, it might be a case of that I record the video at some point on Wednesday and then upload it late on Thursday. That might be what I do, but we will see. I say there won't be. I will endeavour to do my best to get a whole video up, but there may not be one. Fortunately, these longer hours, this isn't going to stay. I've handed my notice into work. It's something that's been a long time coming. I've lost my joy for the job, and it's been affecting me more and more, and my confidence has been going down, and I know I should have probably got a new job first, but I'd got to such a point where I just had no motivation anymore, and I knew I would just have stayed there and been unhappy. I needed just to get out and get something new. So hopefully, new year, new job, and that's going to mean probably a new schedule for my videos, but I'll still endeavour to do them. I enjoy doing them, and yeah, so there will be. But so in long version of a short story. So yeah, there'll be no review video unless people want to see one on a Tuesday next week, and then I will endeavour to do a whole video, but it may be late, and then we're back to normal service. Then I should be able to get videos done then. So yeah, Thank you everybody for watching this video. I'm really sorry about last week's review video. It was a bit of a monster. I didn't realise until I finished it that it was that long, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to go on that long. But yeah, this week, future videos won't be that long, hopefully. Anywho, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all have a great new comic book day. If you enjoyed my video, please give me those beautiful thumbs up. I've been Jason. This has been Dude's Comic Haul. Bye for now.